What word education? Implementation overview for the peer tutoring, multiplication and division. How we set up the evaluation. The first thing we ask you to do is identify a group of target learners. We then complete the pre-assessment task, and then the What Work Teachers platform will then randomly allocate the learners into an intervention and comparison group. The intervention students will receive this over the duration of the trial, and the comparison group will continue as normal. And then you'll complete the post-assessment task, which is the same as the pre with both groups. What Work Teachers platform will then generate an impact report. If this shows it has promise in your school, you can then open up the intervention to your comparison group. So let's look at the planning from a step-by-step approach. So step 1, coordinate with your Year 5 teacher to agree to run the peer tutoring program. Step 2, identify a group of Year 3 learners to participate in the evaluation, and the Year 5 teacher can then identify potential peer tutors. Step 3, complete the pre-assessment maths test with all the learners. Record the marks in the Excel tracker that's located in the resource folder, and then put this into the pre-test on the trial wizard. Step 4, using the trial wizard and the What Work Teachers platform, it will randomly assign learners to the intervention and comparison group. Step 5, for the intervention group, deliver the targeted peer tutoring intervention. The comparison group will continue as business as usual for the duration of the trial. And step 6, complete the post-assessment maths test, which is the same as the pre, to both the intervention and comparison group. Record the marks in the Excel tracker located in the resource folder, and then put this into the post-test on the trial wizard. You will then complete a short process evaluation, click Analyze, and it will generate an impact report. So the intervention. It's a targeted peer tutoring intervention which focuses on Year 3 pupils. Its delivery lessons on multiplication and division will be delivered by Year 5 peer tutors. Each lesson will take approximately 20 to 25 minutes. The lessons on multiplication and division are multiples of 2, 5 and 10, multiples of 3, 4 and the 8 times table, short multiplication, division facts, short division, and then multiply and dividing by 10 and 100. All the resources you will find in the resource folder. These are electronic in a PowerPoint or can be printed as worksheets. Schools often use Chromebooks, laptops or iPads where the presentations are preloaded, and you can generally use whiteboards and pens for the students to work on. Selecting and training peer tutors. It's important to work with your Year 5 teacher to select students who will benefit most from the opportunity to be a peer tutor. We advise to provide the additional lesson resources 1 week in advance to your tutors so they're familiar with the content. You may want to consider using this approach as a targeted intervention as part of your pupil premium strategy. And if any of the peer tutors are unfamiliar with some of the content, just make sure you go through this so that they're confident ahead of the peer tutoring sessions. So key considerations. Logistical issues need to be considered before using a peer tutoring program as an intervention. So time. Is there a suitable time in the day for the peer tutoring in the school? Intensity. Will the lessons be run weekly or twice a week? So this dictates whether it will be a 3 or 6 week program. Location. Is there a suitable location in the school for the peer tutoring? Supervision. Who will be able to supervise the peer tutoring sessions? Will it be a teacher or a TA? Reminders. On the day of the tuition, can peer tutors and tutors be reminded about the lesson? And resources. Are digital device or worksheets going to be used? And make sure you have the whiteboards, pens and rubbers that are available. And finally, will you link the students to participating for the tutors and tutees to rewards from your school? So logistical barriers are common in interventions delivered in schools, particularly with peer tutoring, so it's just important it's prior to starting. So in the resource folder, you'll find all the resources and you'll also find the tracking spreadsheet. This allows you to link anonymized learner ID to a student. And then moving on to the assessment, the outcome measure is attainment as defined by the pre-post assessment. The assessment is marked out of 21 and is the same for both the pre and the post. And as both the comparison intervention groups receive the same assessment, familiarity should not bind the effect size. So assessment guidance, complete the assessment under exam conditions, allow approximately 21 minutes. We make sure you record your pre and post assessment scores in your tracking spreadsheet and add the anonymized data to the What Worked Teachers platform. So that's the end of your guidance for the implementation. The next thing to do is to download your research protocol, your resource folder, and then start your trial wizard.